I was just being a protective husband, all right? I thought my silly old wife...
Cock block?
Yeah, if you don't mind, yeah. I was trying to block someone's cock going into my wife.
Okay!
Rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not. I would definitely take loved for what I'm not over hated for what I am.
Oh, really?
Of course I would.
Of course you would.
I'd much rather be loved for what I'm not than
look at you needy little fuck.
Could you get a sex doll and do it with a sex doll, right? That was my question I was putting to him.
Okay.
And I was expecting him to go, don't be fucking stupid, of course not. He did say no, he said nah, because I think I'd get into it a bit too much. Let me know when you're ready to make a little podcast, Claire, because as you know...
Just a little one.
As you know, I'm always ready. So the rule is now, you just tell me when you want to do it.
I know, you say that.
I say that all the time.
Every night.
Yes.
I'm ready.
To stop us from going through this dance and ritual.
Well, there is no dance.
Where you have to let me down.
I don't dance. I'm never ready.
Well, I'm just saying, you just give me the nod and then I know we're good to go.
That's how it works.
Yes, I know that's how it works. But
that's how it always works.
I'm just telling you, are you ready to do this podcast or not?
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless sometimes when you just sort of creep your way in.
That does happen as well sometimes, doesn't it?
Sometimes you do.
So that's why I don't know. I don't know what the rules are.
And sometimes I'm like, no, stop. But you
I'm irresistible.
You very gently, you keep going.
I'm irresistible.
And then I'm like, all right,
so
fine.
I'm going to gently persuade you to do a podcast with me right now.
Okay.
Even if you're not really totally up for it. Once we start doing it, you will start to enjoy it.
That's true.
Okay.
And you say that at the end every time, you always go, see, you do enjoy it.
Yes.
So we should just do it more often.
Exactly.
And I go, you're right. And then the next time I'm like, oh, I can't be bothered again.
But we got to do it. Welcome to the Buckleys, the podcast where we sit down, have a chat, moan a bit, and invite you into our lives. I haven't got that much to moan about.
Beautifully messy and lives.
This is 2 weeks in a row. I don't think I moaned.
Do you want to get that fucking burp out?
Sorry, it's the beer. It's not my fault. It's not my fault. It is the beer.
Voldemort over there.
Beer is gassy, isn't it?
Cheers.
It does make you. Cheers, by the way.
Cheers, mate.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Bosh. Before we get into it, I would like to remind you that you can get in touch with us with absolutely anything you want. With your stories, questions, anything that you think would be funny. Doesn't matter if you look a bit silly.
Yeah. If we pass you on the school run.
Let's all just have a laugh.
Get in touch.
You can email us. Our email is thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk. Don't forget to follow and subscribe to the show on Spotify or whatever podcast app you use. And if you do enjoy the show, give us a good review. I'd love that. Claire.
What?
As I live and breathe. How are you?
You cold?
Why? Have I got a nipple on? Because you were looking at my tits then for a second.
No, I'm not.
Which I don't appreciate, Claire.
I'm not looking at your
Thanks.
Right. James.
No, don't fucking start. Don't fucking start.
James,
no, don't, because I asked you before
James, I love you.
Like 3 minutes
so
ago,
much.
I said to you, how do I look? And you said, yeah, fine.
I love you. All right? I do. Are you 90 years old?
Why?
Is there any way of a close-up of these trousers? You've got
There's some sort of tweed.
Tweed?
Yeah.
Listen,
It's
there's
geek.
no
It's
other
geek
way.
chic.
There's no other way. It's old man's trousers, which is cool. I actually like the trousers.
I'm an old man.
I like the trousers. Paired with the cardigan.
The cardigan.
You've just, I mean,
I'm a bit chilly.
You've just went proper old man.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. I am an old man. I look fine. I look presentable. Do
You
I
look
not?
great. I'm just saying, it is quite old.
I don't like how you've railroaded me right now. I asked you just 2 seconds before we started doing this podcast. I said, how do I look?
Looking at it. I was busy. I was putting on some makeup.
Yeah,
I was
good.
doing my lips.
Right, what's going on in our lives this week, Claire?
What is going on?
I'll tell you what's going on, shall I?
Obviously. Because why would you ask me a question that you want me to fucking answer?
I asked you the question, and then you answered the question by repeating the question, and so I just assumed
a politician,
she hasn't got anything to fucking say.
No, I don't. I got none.
Claire got scammed this week.
No, I didn't.
No, well, she didn't get scammed. Well, anyway, I need to start off the story by saying that you did get scammed, so that it makes the story sound more interesting.
All right. Are we going to clip that?
Yeah,
Say it again.
Claire got scammed this week, guys. We'll edit that in a way where it's all clickbaity and stuff.
Yeah.
No, not really.
No.
Didn't really get... But you can't be too sure.
What? Clearly, you
Can't be too sure.
No,
You've got to be careful. You've got to be
was
vigilant.
James made a huge
You've got to be vigilant.
song and dance about something that was absolutely fine.
Anyway,
made me look like an idiot.
The bank called Claire. Can't remember what it was about. Doesn't matter. I couldn't give a fuck.
I think a payment got declined.
And you were do subscribe. And you were talking
Were
to.
you trying to make this pip? Claire, come on.
Claire.
You trying to buy that?
Claire, what are you doing?
I think you need to go and talk to James.
Claire, you're spending money like you've got a successful podcast. I was listening to you.
I got a call.
This conversation was going on for a while, and I was
Yes.
going.
Oh, shit.
I was going, hang up. I was going, hang up. You'll call the bank back.
Yeah.
Because that's the rule, isn't it? And then you were giving me this face. What are you doing? I was going, hang up now and call them back and you were still talking to him. I was going, ask for his name. Ask for his name.
But you're also going,
you weren't.
that's not the bank. That is not the
Yeah,
bank.
because you weren't on loudspeaker, but I could sort of, when your phone's really loud,
Yeah.
I could sort of hear him, and I was like, no. I was like, ask for his name, and I think his name was Julio or something.
Right. Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong, that is a name.
Yeah.
And no offence if your name is Julio, but what are you, a fucking Latin crooner or something? Who the fuck is called Julio?
Yeah, I wasn't even caring about the bank. I was just enjoying talking to him. He sounded beautiful.
He said his name. He said his name was Julio, and I started going, "Hang up right now." My words were, "No one's called Julio." Right? Yeah. Of course there is. But you don't hear it every day. It's not like Grant or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So I was literally going, and I think he could hear me.
He could, because he said...
Because I went, that's a fake name. And I think I said, no one's called Julio. And then he said, my name is Julio.
It's Julio. And then he also said, if you feel, Mrs. Buckley, if you feel more comfortable, you're more than welcome to hang up and call us back.
Yes.
And I then was in a position where I had James in my ear, I had Julio in the other ear, and I didn't know who I liked better.
Right. So, it turns out it was me because you did hang up, right?
And who answered?
Claire did hang up, no, and then you called back, and it wasn't Julio on the phone or whatever, but you
Imagine
did.
It was, though.
But I did.
It was like, hello.
Yeah. But then I did say to you, can you ask if there's a Julio that works there? And you did ask that. And they went, oh, yeah, no, Julio works here.
Great guy.
Yeah. So felt a bit bad. Felt a little bit bad. But you can't be, I just want to say sorry, Julio. But you can't be too sure. And also your name's Julio. If someone from the bank called Julio is calling you up, I'd be going, I don't know, man. But... listen, we don't live in Latin America.
No, I know.
All right?
No.
I've never met a Julio in my life.
I have thought about Julio a couple of times.
Go on.
And, I think
was you thinking about him the other night?
I think if you went there...
You've actually called me Julio.
I think if you went there, cutting that conversation short...
I've ruined something for you.
I think something could have happened.
That might have been a subconscious thing with me as well. Maybe I was feeling threatened.
Maybe that was it.
Maybe there was some guy called Julio on the phone talking to my wife, and I did not like it.
Yeah, maybe.
And in my head, there was, I don't know, Enrique Iglesias on the phone to you or something.
Yeah,
and I was like...
picture.
I've got to get her away from this situation.
That's not real. That's not real, Claire.
He
kept doing that. He kept pointing down at me because I was sitting down and he was standing up and he kept going, hang up. I was like, but I've been talking to them previously. I had a problem with my car.
Well, I didn't know the previous. I didn't know what was going on. I walked in. I walked in mid-convo.
Me and Julio.
Yeah.
Talking about muscles. I mean money.
Yes. And listen, I was just looking out for you.
I did not get scammed, by the way.
No, didn't get scammed. I was just being a protective husband. All right? I thought my silly old wife...
Cock block. That's what you were being.
I thought my silly old wife... Yeah, if you don't mind. Yeah. Yeah, I was trying to block someone's cock going into my wife.
Okay. Maron.
I'll tell you what's been going on for me this week,
Go on,
Claire.
Jimmy. What you got?
Now, I've not really got much to moan about. And I feel like this is the second week in a row.
What's happening to you?
I don't know. Don't know what's going on. let's all touch some wood at the moment because things are going great. But the thing is, right, is I do think I've still got my brain. My brain doesn't switch off.
Oh,
that's
okay.
always
Still got that, yeah.
That's still running constantly
Okay.
on autopilot, just sort of constantly reminding me of bollocks. And do you remember the saying, and this has been attributed to many, many people. I'm not sure who came up with this.
Attributed, but go on.
What did I say?
Attributed.
Right, let's get to the bottom of that. First, I'll let you guys work that out.
It's been attributed to. It's not been attributed to.
I feel like either's fine.
Yeah, but only one sounds like an idiot.
You know that saying, I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not. You remember that saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. I've seen that it was Kurt Cobain said that. I've seen it was Jim Morrison said that. It's one of those. I don't know if it's your playground 90s urban myth.
Yeah. What's that? I'd rather be hated for what I am.
I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not. And I get it. I get the sentiment. I get what the point they're trying to make there. But for me personally, that's just not true. And I was thinking about, I spent a good sort of 10 minutes thinking about that.
Okay.
Obviously, best case scenario is that I'm loved for who I am.
What I am.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm a piece of shit. So I don't expect that. So I would definitely.
You're not a piece of shit.
No, but
you're just irritating.
Yeah, I'm a bit of a dickhead, and also selfish and sort of all that stuff.
Lazy.
Yeah, selfish, lazy, uneducated.
Uneducated.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, they attribute that to uneducated people.
I feel like I'm making. I feel like you're laughing, but I feel like I'm making my point. Okay. So we're all right. We're everyone in the room is correct.
Yeah. Okay.
But I would definitely take loved for what I'm not over hated for what I am.
Oh, really?
Of course I would.
Of course you would.
I'd much rather be loved for what I'm not than
look at you needy little fuck.
You know. But who wants to be hated? Who wants to be hated?
Me a little bit.
No, but it's not just that as well. And then I started thinking, how fucking arrogant. Whoever did end up saying that, right. I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not.
But that's not the point. The point they're making is I don't want to be fake so people like me.
They want to be true to themselves. Yeah. Absolutely, that's fine. Yeah. I get that, and that's important. You should be true to yourself. Hated.
I don't want people to want to talk to me.
No. So what, you just walk around going, oh yeah, the whole world hates me, but at least I'm true to myself.
Cool.
No, if that's the truth, you should go, why am I hated? Why am I hated? Is there something, maybe there's something I should change or there's something I should do.
But if you're happy...
I hate this attitude.
No, but if you're happy
Take me for what I am.
But if you're happy in that
You shouldn't
box,
be happy. You shouldn't be happy.
James, come on. Me and you are exactly the same when it comes to this stuff. We don't want people to like us we don't, sure, it's better if somebody goes, oh, she's nice, he's nice. Yeah. We don't need that.
If someone
We're very happy in our own little house.
If someone came up to me and said, I hate you because of this, and I went, oh, fucking hell, yeah, I do that. I would go away and I wouldn't just go, well, you can go fuck yourself because this is me and I am a dick and that's just the way I am.
I tell you that all the time and you've never changed.
Yeah, no, I don't care about you. I just mean other people. But if someone else came up to me and said it, I would be like, oh man, maybe I should do something about it.
No,
I just think there's something so fucking arrogant about it. It's the kind of people that go, sorry, I just have to tell you what I think.
No, they're different.
I just have to tell you what's on my mind. I'm just being honest.
No.
Don't be fucking honest.
No, they're different.
I didn't ask you for your honest opinion.
Okay, first of all, you need to calm down.
No, but this was what was going on in my head.
No, they're different though. Those people who say, oh, I'm just being honest. I'm just being honest.
Oh, have you ever thought about getting a nose job and changing that a bit? And I go, well, what? Just because you've got such a lovely face and your nose is a bit big, it's spoiling it. That's all I'm saying. I'm just being honest.
Yeah.
I don't give
those are different people.
Yeah. My rule is be nice. Try and be nice to people. People should like you.
Yes, right.
People should like you. You shouldn't have this attitude of going, if you don't like me, well, you can go fuck yourself. Okay. No, that's wrong. That's arrogant and wrong. And also, If you don't have something nice to say, don't say anything at all.
No,
that's
absolutely.
a golden rule.
Yeah, but
if you've got something nice to say, definitely say it.
That's not what I'm talking about.
But they're the same people.
No, they're not.
It is.
No, they're not.
It's that I am who I am, and the world needs to get on board with me. I don't need to get on board with the world.
No, because
and this attitude is running. This attitude is running through everything at the moment, and it's destroying the planet.
Like you. This is why I don't like you.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
It's a different thing. I'm very nice and I'm out in public and I'm doing what normal people do. I'm very polite. I'm holding doors. I'm saying sorry for stuff that I didn't do.
Yeah.
Right? I'm that person.
Because
we're normal people.
Because you care about what people think about you.
But I don't care. Listen,
no, that's not true.
That is true. Because here's the difference, right? If I'm in a train station and somebody bashes into me and I go do that very British thing that we all do and I go, oh, sorry. And then they walk off and then, I don't know, right? But if they then go to their friend, oh, she was fucking, I don't care that you don't like me and that you've blamed me for that. I don't care.
No, that's not what this is. That's not what this is because you've done the right thing there.
Right, so that's my point.
Yeah.
So if
they have a problem with that, if they have a problem with that, then that's fine.
I hope they don't like me.
Right, that's fine. But what I think that saying is, I'd rather be hated for what I am than loved for what I'm not. I know it sounds very romantic and poetic, but I think that that's just giving people license to be knobs.
No, it's not. Nah, no, it's just
I don't think it's good, and I don't think good people are going, I'd rather be hated. I think people are going, I should maybe improve stuff. I should be better at things.
Why? For who? Who says they get to tell you what's better and what needs improving? Fuck them.
Well, all right, fair enough.
If we've got friends...
I don't think you've got my point.
No, I don't think you've got the point. If we've got friends, they want to be friends with us for who we are. And if we had friends and then they suddenly decided, actually, I don't really like Claire...
Don't get me wrong. If you're a good person, a good, honest person, and you say... I'd rather be loved for who I am than I'm not. That's fine.
It doesn't mean you're a bad person. No. You can still be a nice person. And if somebody else doesn't like it, they can go fuck themselves.
But what I'm thinking is the type of person that would say something like this.
I'm going to say
because it smacks of arrogance anyway.
I'm going to say
the type of person that would say that anyway is just an arrogant piece of shit.
Okay.
Because if they're saying, I don't give a fuck if people don't like me.
Yeah, but if you're a knob and you say that...
that's the only type of people that are saying this.
No, I don't
That's all I'm saying. No. I feel like it's giving...
I think we disagree on this one.
That's fine, Claire. And you can be as wrong as you like, and I'm not going to have a go at you about it. But I just feel like it's giving people license to be knobs. It's exactly the same as those, I just have to say what I think. I'm just being honest.
No, I know who
people.
you're talking about. I can't stand those people. Do you know those people that we're talking about? Do you know what programme they were always on?
Come Down With Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
How did you know that?
I knew exactly where you were going.
There was always a contestant on there who would sit around the dinner table.
They'd all have dinner table and they'd be like, oh, by the way, your shoes need cleaning.
Rude. And then they would go, oh, sorry, it's just who I am. I just say what I think.
I'm just being honest. You can't have a go at me for being honest.
You think, no, you can.
You can have a go. You can have a go.
Yeah.
You can have a go because no one fucking asked and you could have kept it to yourself.
No, that was coming.
Because there are always people like that on Come Down With Me.
Yeah. That's a different thing.
Well,
You're getting mixed up with people.
Well, listen, the jury's out. I'm happy to get the audience involved. The Buckleys at platformmedia.uk. Also, any of those fucking... Sorry,
Bring it down a notch. Yeah. It's all right.
Sorry, let me reset a second.
Take a breath.
Any of those fucking nonsense sayings that you think might get me angry, write in. It doesn't have to be live, laugh, love. We all know that. Everyone hates that one. We all hate that one, don't we?
But everybody should
Absolutely stupid.
They should laugh.
Sure. Breathe, eat, sleep. I don't know. But get in touch with your thoughts on that. The Buckleys at platformmedia.uk and let me know your... Is this another regular feature?
There we go.
Is this another one? Sayings
and
that anger.
There's a little
angry sayings. Your angry sayings.
There's a little bit of me that just wishes I'd just nodded and agreed with you there. I shouldn't have done that. I'm never going to win in one of them. Guy's gone, no, you're not.
No.
Live, laugh, love.
Listen, Claire.
What else annoys you?
I'm going to... we clip that? Yeah, let's clip.
You fucking talk to her about it.
Sorry. I need to go for a piss and then we'll be back with some more podcast. Right. Are you ready to carry on with this podcast? So...
We took a little break there.
We've made a quick fire production decision. Obviously, every week our episodes have themes. And apparently, we've spoken so much bollocks that we can't get onto the theme today. So we'll push that back to next week or something.
No, the way they said it was, we don't need the theme today.
That's what they said.
This is so great.
That was how it was worded. We probably don't need the theme today, guys.
The theme. So when next week's got a shit theme, we don't know what we're talking about. It's carried on from this week.
Yes.
What was last week's theme?
We were. It was listener. It was the listener episode.
Right. It's basically the same again.
Yeah. So
we got a lot of great emails
because we got so much great stuff from listeners.
When can we get rid of them and just bring some listeners in every week?
It doesn't work. That don't work.
We'll just get 4 new listeners in every week.
What, in person? I don't want to be physically near them or anything.
No. They're not part of the 1% club.
Exactly. Some listeners have got in touch off the back of our Urban Legends and Myths episode. Back in January, episode 13. Can you remember all the way back then, Claire?
No. Oh, the aliens.
Yeah, all that kind of stuff. And we've had some people come back to us.
With that. Because you rubbed them together and they had babies.
Yeah.
How long did we spend rubbing their backs together?
Too long, baby. I've got a message from Met and M.
Who?
I'll say that again. Sorry.
Met and M.
Let me have some more beer. That's the. I've not had enough beer. That's the problem. Hang on.
Yeah, we're waiting. James does that. Every time he takes a swig of beer, even at home, James will take a drink and he'll go,
Matt and M.
Matt and M.
They want to just touch base on pissing in the pool.
Right. Yeah. I remember that one.
Yeah.
Did I openly... Sometimes, do you know the thing about having a podcast, right? Mm-hmm. It's such a scary thing because I'll just sit here and I'll be drinking my beer and I'm chatting to you.
You do.
And Guy and James are here and it's all fine and I'm chatting away and then I get the edit and then I'm like, oh dear Lord.
You forget.
How do I... And then I say stuff like, I'll text these guys back, right? And I'll go, can we take that out? And then they're like, yeah, but then the rest of the episode doesn't make any sense. And I'm like, oh, okay, so, all right, I pissed in a pool.
Well, see,
everybody knows.
The problem that we both have, Claire, is that
I'm not made for this, James.
No, it's because we both sit here and we assume no one's listening, which is really dangerous.
But
because I say things about my mates. We had Sue from the school run getting in touch with me last week.
Yeah, how did she know? When did we even mention that?
You just sort of...
I forget.
You just sort of go...
I know,
No one's going to hear this, so we might as well say whatever we want.
We're not PR...
No, we're not PR trained at all whatsoever.
That's it. Yeah,
we're not.
Yeah.
I did PR training once, years ago.
Well, but this is where I'm like, I
had people in my life go... we need to get some PR training. So I had to spend an afternoon with a woman and she was firing questions at me and stuff and I had to sort of try it and she would go, right, that's not...
You're off the telly. You're leading me in this.
I'm not. I'm just some bloke from Dagenham.
And I'm talking about fucking pissing in pools and...
That's it.
And, I mean, there was something cut out about Scampy Fanny. That,
was it cut out? Did we cut that out?
Yes, I cut it out.
Oh, I was telling you to keep that in. That was so funny, and you were so funny. Claire. Well, it got cut out. It got cut out.
Yes, I cut it out because it didn't.
Long story short, Claire.
Somebody died in a hill on the Knick-Knack Hill.
Yeah.
The Knick-Knacks, right?
I made a joke about Scampy. And Scampy and Lemon.
Scampy and Lemon. You don't like them. I do. And
then I made a joke about Claire and Scampy and Lemon. Sure you can guess where that's going. And then Claire just joined in the joke as well and started calling herself Scampy.
Scampy Fanny.
Yes, she started calling herself Scampy Fanny.
And I've done it again.
Yeah.
I've already cut this out once and then I brought it up again.
And you were going, people were going to think People are going to think
I
I've
was like,
got...
I don't want to be scampy, family.
Yeah, you were going, and I was going, no, but you're clean as a whistle, it's fine. It's just a joke. And you were going, I don't think people are going to think it's a joke.
I was too scared in case, in any way. Well, there was the joke.
But that's a great example of how we should not be doing this. We shouldn't be allowed to be doing this because we're not professional at all whatsoever. Anyway, Matt and Em want to talk about how you pissed in the pool. They kick off with love the podcast.
Thank you, guys.
So Matt and Em both say, my wife... So that's confusing.
Well, it's from them both, but I assume Matt's wrote it then.
So Matt or Em, depends. It's just 2025. Says, my wife basically thinks it's our life at home. They're talking about the podcast and the YouTube channel, At Home with the Buckleys. Go check it out. In fact, don't.
I'm the one that edits that. I put all the work into that. Go watch it.
Well, yeah, go and watch it. We'd appreciate it. It is rubbish. You'll admit it's rubbish, though.
Well, yeah, it's
as good as this podcast.
Right, okay,
we were on holiday last year and I pissed in the pool in France.
Matt did.
Yes. The water changed colour.
It did? Well, that was what we were saying. Because we were saying there's the blue dye and I said that's a myth. It
gets brilliant. It gets better. I literally panicked, swam off and left the stain by my daughter.
Oh, okay.
And left her with the embarrassment. And then he just says, fucking French. I don't mean the French has got anything to do. I don't think you can have a go with the French about that, about you pissing in the pool, Matt, and then you pissing in the pool and then also framing your daughter.
Yeah, but he's annoyed that they've got that kind of technology.
Right, is that what it is?
French.
Trying to clean up their act. What are they doing, those bloody French?
So did it go blue? I assume
doesn't say what colour. I would have loved to have known the colour.
Because that's the thing, isn't it? I thought that was a myth.
I don't think that's... Matt, you might have been just overly paranoid. Is there a chemical that changes with urine?
Well, hold on. Was the colour green and it's just his pee?
I don't know.
Did he drink too much the night before?
Yeah, was he dehydrated? Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just says that it changed colour. Once again, like most of our correspondence with the people that listen to this podcast.
There's more questions than answers.
Yeah, there is. We need a little bit more.
What colour
was it? Did it stain? Because that's the thing as well. Because I assumed it was like when you rob a bank and they have those little ink bombs in it.
Blue, yeah.
That stuff doesn't come out.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's that.
Did you see? I saw a video on Instagram the other day. It was a bloke that caught a squid, and like with his bare hands, and the squid inked all up him, and he like rubbed all the squid ink on his arms and stuff, and he was like, look at this squid ink. And then it cut to like 3 weeks later or something. He's just in his car going about his life, and he's going, do not. His arms were all like just completely black.
Yeah, because there's a big group of people that you have to warn about that. Don't catch a squid and rub the ink on your arms.
That's what's in my head when
Was he from Australia?
I think he was American.
Right.
But that's what's in my head about the pool pissing thing, because I thought you'd come out the pool and the stain would be all up your legs and stuff, so that everyone could go, he did it, he pissed in the pool.
No, I just thought it was
Matt's obviously very clever and managed to frame his child. I do have another message for you.
Okay.
Oh, sorry. Beer.
Wait, what's the what are we? Oh, urban myths.
Yeah, this is in reply to our urban myths episode. If you haven't,
what makes them urban?
That they're not country. They're not country myths.
Okay. Just heard that.
I'd like to hear some country myths, actually. This is from Pad, and it just says wet the bed. That's the subject.
Pad?
Yeah. Pad kicks off with, did you guys ever hear the one where if you leave someone's hand in a bowl of water whilst they slept, they'd wet themselves?
Yeah.
So that was a classic, like having a sleepover with your mates.
Thing, yeah.
Well, I can confirm it does work. Why? What's the science behind that? I had bad rope burn on my hands. Okay. Wanking too much. Rope burn. From from falling off a climbing frame one time and went to bed with my hands in a bowl full of cold water. This is all very suspicious. It was the only way I could get some relief.
Okay.
I woke up with piss everywhere.
Interesting. I thought that was like a movie, like an American movie.
See, this is
sleepover
Mythbusters
thing.
never did that, did they? We need to get to the bottom of this. I never thought that was true at all whatsoever. I can't understand the science behind that one. That warm water, your hand in warm water will make you piss.
Though?
Oh yeah, you put cold water.
Because it was.
I thought it was warm water. And apparently it's just water. Put my hands in a bowl full of water. It was the only way I could get
Should we try it one night? Should you try it one night?
But I wouldn't.
Also, then how are you not knocking that over in the middle of the night?
There's that. But also, I wouldn't be a good. What do they call it? Neutral sort of
guinea pig.
It was a controlled subject or something like that. Controlled condition. Now, depending on how much I've had to drink the night before, whether or not I piss the bed might not have anything to do with the bowl of water.
Oh, you've never.
So it can't be me. It can't be me as the test subject. But again, Pad, if you'd like to do some more work for us, go to bed tonight. Put your hand in a bowl of water. Let us know how you get on in the morning.
And we need video evidence.
A little bit of video would be great. You don't have to show us everything, obviously.
No. We don't need to see the pee.
Listeners.
Yeah, has it happened to anybody else? Yeah, that's a good point.
Has it happened to you listening? Has it? Was you involved in the prank? Have you done it to someone else? Need to get to the bottom of that. I've got another one for you, Claire. Stella has written into us, and the subject is the 3-second rule, which isn't what I tell you the 3-second rule is. Is that, 3 seconds is fine.
It depends how long it's been on the flare, and it could be the 5-second rule, 10-second rule.
I thought it was 5 seconds.
Yeah.
I think if it touches the floor,
it depends how much you want to eat it.
I suppose.
45-second rule, guys. Hey, it's only been there since yesterday.
Yeah, it's only a couple of hours. Stella says, "Hi, Mr. and Mrs. B. In the past, you've discussed sell-by dates with James for and Claire against.
Yep.
But I wondered if you remembered the 3-second rule. If you drop food, it was okay to eat as long as it had only been on the floor for less than 3 seconds. When I was a kid, we picked up food well after the 3 seconds.
Of course we did.
And I believe it strengthened mine and many people our age immune system.
Absolutely.
Do you guys agree with that? I think there's some logic there, Stella. Also, I do believe I watched something, or maybe one of the kids at our kids' school when they had like a science fair, I suppose you'd call it. They all had these boards, and they did an experiment. And I think one of the kids at our school does the 3-second rule work?
No.
You didn't go to this one. I think it was me. I think you were busy. And obviously one of us has got to fucking turn up. So I ended up going. And one of the kids in one of the boys' classes, I've got a vague memory of this, they had Petri dishes.
Right.
And they did put food on the floor. They did food for like 3 seconds, food for 5 seconds, food for 50 seconds. And then I think they did like food for an hour or something like that. And then rubbed it on the Petri dish and watched how much bacteria grew.
Right.
And there was some truth.
There was like an actual second rule.
You could see that the least amount of time it had been on the floor,
well, of course,
the less bacteria it had been in.
Of course.
Stella,
there is something in that.
I don't think that's an urban myth. I think that might be urban fact.
But
or I might be. Listen, this is not beyond me to have completely.
Yeah, I feel like you did
dreamt that scenario up.
Yeah, I feel like you did.
Because my brain does that sometimes. Yeah. Right, I need to go and fart. We both need to. We both need to go and fart, and then we're going to come back because there is an update. There's an update, Claire, with the Clair.
Right, let me tell you something.
Shush.
No.
Let me get this out because I need to hurry up. I do need to fart so badly. I'm either going to fart or throw up.
James, you need to bring your level down. You're stressing me out.
I need to go and fart and possibly shit. I think there might be some shit going on. But we're going to come back with an update on the car shagging documentary.
Oh.
I'll be back in a second. Do a little screen wipe or a little transition or something.
A while ago, we talked about a documentary where a guy shagged his car.
Yeah, a guy was in love.
He was in
was
a
physically-
sexual relationship with his car.
Yeah.
Okay? He had sexual relations with that car.
He did not have sexual relations with that car.
No, he did, and he told us all about it.
If you're a 90s kid, you'll know that.
Yeah. But anyway, apparently, all you little perverts out there have found an update for us. So you need to
caught up with the bloke.
Yeah.
Right.
Apparently, there was a catch-up documentary with the same guy.
Yeah.
Like Ground Force, remember they would go back like 5 years later and see, and then the garden would be a shithole again.
Yeah.
Right. So we went back and caught up with this guy.
So the car went for its MOT and the garage roof caved in and destroyed the car.
Now that is a tragic accident.
That's
for
hey, listen,
any
I'd
car.
be upset.
That's for any car.
I'd be well upset.
If
yeah,
you're
don't get me wrong.
shagging it,
yeah.
that's like me going for like a routine operation.
Bum lift.
Exactly. And the
roof falls in on you.
The hospital collapses and I'm gone.
I don't think it is like that. It's a problem.
It is for the
That's my problem. Listen, I'm all up for anyone doing whatever they want to do and whatever makes them happy. I don't. Obviously, I think that's weird. Is that? Am I? Are we still allowed to?
I think you're a bit out of order to say
Am I out of
weird.
order?
Yeah, no, obviously
Is
not.
it- yeah.
The guy's a freak.
Listen, you know what day and age is. We're supposed to just
Oh,
let
come
people
on.
shag their cars without
That's
going,
it,
mate,
that's
rein it in. Like, if it was one of my pals or something, they'd have gone, Buckley, mate, sort that out.
Yeah.
Stop putting your bollocks in the exhaust pipe.
I don't know if you put the balls in.
You can do. Some cars like them, some don't. Now, that is a quote from The In-Betweeners, and had you ever seen The In-Betweeners, you'd have enjoyed
I've
it.
seen the In-Betweeners.
But, yeah, no, it was odd. It was odd. The whole thing was
Yeah.
odd, and it isn't the same.
However-
It isn't the same as you going into hospital and dying.
No, but he loved
It's
the car.
Well, I'm going to say to him, it's a different thing, mate. It's a different thing.
But this is a real thing. So,
The car wasn't alive to begin with. The car is still in exactly the same condition life-wise as it was before the roof fell on it. It's just a bit dented now and
well,
stuff.
here's my thing. Did he get permission from the car?
Can the car consent?
Did the car consent to your...
I'll tell you what, Claire, don't even go there.
I'm
Because in
just
this
saying.
day and age, you'll
Stop
probably...
saying this day. Look at you got a cardigan on and you said this day and age about 5 times.
In this day and age, Claire, you'll probably get him done.
Whoa, I'm
There's
just saying.
probably some fucking
Right,
law.
but hold on. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. This is a real thing.
Mm-hmm.
People do fall in love with inanimate objects. This has happened many
Yeah.
times before. There's a woman who I think
Statue
is
of Liberty, wasn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
who you know.
They had her on this morning.
yeah, probably. No, these people do exist. There's a woman who is married to, what did you say, the Statue of Liberty?
Yeah.
There's a woman who I think is in a relationship with a ghost.
Yeah, she was on this morning. These are all guests from this morning.
Yeah, has sex with ghosts.
Yeah.
People fall in love with their cars. Here's a question for you. If you had to pick
Go on.
an inanimate object to be intimate with and to fall in love with, what would it be?
It would have to be, I mean, what a question, Claire. It would have to be
Hey,
something.
It's a groundbreaking podcast.
It would have to be something that
Had a hole.
represents the vagina, I suppose.
The Mustang. You'd go for the Mustang, wouldn't you?
How's that represent? Oh, were you thinking about the exhaust pipe?
Yeah.
No.
That's what you say to me.
What?
Get your exhaust pipe
Go
out.
on. Let's have a look at the exhaust pipe. There it is. But that could be a euphemism.
Happened? We started off.
Genuinely, that could be a euphemism for up the bum, though, couldn't it?
Could be, yeah.
Gonna do you up the
yeah.
exhaust pipe tonight, love. And after you've had a curry, my God, is it an exhaust pipe?
If you had to pick an inanimate object that you had to love on, you had to put your wife energy into, what would it be?
Can I cheat and just say like one of those really hyper-realistic sex dolls?
No, that's cheating. No.
Did I tell you about when me and talking about getting one of those?
What?
I think, again, we were watching one of these documentaries. Oh, I think we were. Yes, we did. We watched a documentary
Oh.
about a bloke that was super in love with his sex doll, right? And it had become worn out. So he had to box it up and send it away. And he was like stroking her and talking to her as she was being put in the box, saying, "It's okay, we'll be together in a few days, like, don't worry." Right. And we were going, fucking, this is mental. And I was like, could you? And I was expecting him to go,
do it with the doll.
Could you get a sex doll and do it with a sex doll, right? That was my question I was putting to him.
Okay.
And I was expecting him to go, "Don't be fucking stupid, of course not." However, he did say no. And here's what he said to me. He did say no. He said, "Nah, because I think I'd get into it a bit too much." He was like, "I would, Buckley, but I think I'd end up being one of those people that have dinner with it and stuff." And it'd be like, because it's just easier, isn't it?
She doesn't give all this.
And by the way, he had a girlfriend at the time, the girl that he's now married to.
Of course.
And he was like, "Nah." Because I would just go down that hole, and I would
prefer her.
and I'd go, "Yeah, I could live like this. That'd be fine." Which wasn't the answer I was expecting.
Right, that aside, the obvious doll, human doll aside, an inanimate object. If you had to, and something in your life now.
Because I feel like I would have already done it, surely. I feel like I'd already have it. I feel like I'd already own one. Right, we're going to have to move on because this is just becoming an absolute mess.
You might not have heard everything.
It got really weird.
Yeah, it got weird.
So we just want to thank everyone who got in touch with us, telling us that there was a little catch-up documentary with Nathaniel and Clyde. What was his name? Chase. So thanks for that, guys. Keep your stuff coming in always. We'll have to leave this. We've got to get out of here. We've got to get out of here, baby.
We've went mental.
Yeah, we've gone insane.
We have went mental.
That's it for this week's episode of the Buckleys. Thank you for listening. Remember, you can get in touch with your stories and questions and all your weird shit by emailing thebuckleys@platformmedia.uk. No, let us decide whether it's too weird or not.
No, but we don't decide. We just go with it, and then we end up having to cut everything out.
Yeah, yes. Well, keep it coming. We'll see what happens. You can also message us at the Buckleys Pod on Instagram and TikTok. And don't forget to follow and subscribe to the show on Spotify or whatever podcast app that you like to use. And if you are feeling generous, go ahead and give us a review. All that is left, and this really is all that's left.
I think it is
for Claire to say,
when you've been watching men having sex with cars.
Yeah.
See you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday. That was another episode. What's that? Is that going to be the last one we ever do?
Is that the last one?
I think it might be. I'm not sure if we'll be allowed to do more.
Oh well.